Well, hello. I'm going to do my Master Beekeeping Practical and demonstrate how I'm going to light a smoker and do a hive inspection. So I like to use just a little bit of paper and some cardboard from my favorite home delivery service. And I'll take a little bit of paper, put at the bottom, and then I'll couple up some cardboard. Light it up. Get it lit. I'll place that in my smoker. I'll grab my hive tool so I don't burn myself. I'll put that in there, give it a little puff, make sure it stays going. Once I see the paper lit, the flames come up, I like to take pine chips and put pine chips in. Keep it going. Ooh, got it in my hives. That's what we're supposed to do. Get some good thick smoke going. A little more in. That should be about good. There we go. I'll put the top on. Test puff. Really thick. Good for today. I'm going to put on my PPE. I'll get a little hat to keep my veil out of my eyes. And pull that down over and zip her up. I'm also going to put on my gloves. And we're ready to inspect the hive. So I'll quickly go over the parts of the hive before I do anything. There is, down here on the bottom is the bottom board. I have a entrance reducer in the front, the main brood box or hive super, a honey super, and a telescoping lid. And before I do an inspection, I like to give them a little warning that I'm coming in. Say, hello girls. And you take the lid off. And get a lot of these. And a couple of hive beetles, which we'll smash. And these are worker bees, they're all females. I'll set that down gently. And then I'll keep my smoker going. I'll let them know I'm coming. Give them a little smoke. I'll use my hive tool to gently pry the lid. I haven't been in this in quite a while, so we're going to see how they're doing. There we go. Look at all those happy girls. So they're all worker bees. Some are foragers, some are nurse bees. I'll give them a little puff across the top. And then I'm going to go right into the brood box. So what I'll actually do is I'll put the top back on here. And I'll give the girls a little pop. Don't want to squish anybody. Gently put the lid on so we don't squish anybody. And I'm going to remove the honey super right at the top of the queen excluder. And I'm going to set her right here, so that's out of the way. And right here in this section we've got the queen excluder, which keeps the queen out of the honey super so she doesn't lay eggs in the top. And we've got a couple of Swiffer sheets that are a little chewed up there for the hive beetles. Got lots and lots of worker bees and nurse bees up top. There's a Boardman feeder in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the second frame and I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to wiggle it loose, lift it up just a little bit. Pull that second frame. Okay. Just got lots of worker bees. We've got some capped pretty honey here. They haven't filled out this frame yet. We've got a drone right here, hive beetle. Lots of girls working. And on this side, we've got some brood, and that looks like drone brood. So it looks like we've got some drone brood on this side that's capped. I'm going to set that frame right here to the side. And I've got room to work. So I'm going to gently pry the next frame away from the side. And then, hi girls. Pull the frame out. And we're going to look for signs of a queen, or actually the queen. Now look at that pretty sheet of brood. So that's cap brood. I also see some pupa in there, or they would be pupa. Oh, big sheet of honey. And I'm looking for the queen on this side. I don't see her. There's some larvae in the bottom. They're a little white C-shaped in the uncapped brood, and the capped brood would be the pupa. And I don't see the queen in that frame. So I'll put that back in. Girls. And I'm going to look for the queen. If we don't actually see the queen, we're going to know she's there if we find some eggs. We've already found some cap brood. Oh, there's lots of. A good example of some more cap brood. I see some nectar. I see some bee bread. And the bee bread is a little bit like the cap brood in color, but it's recessed. And there's some directly in the middle with the nectar. There's honey on the outsides. Let me see if I can find a good example of bee bread as well. I think if I turn it to the side, you may see glistening in here where the nectar would be, and there's also some bee bread. There's some bee bread right along the side here. I don't know if you can see it, but I hope you can, because this is a practical. The bee bread is a combination of pollen and a little bit of nectar that the bees feed to the brood while they're developing. So we're going to move the next frame out. This is frame 5, which is usually where I find her. I'll go slow, 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 slow. I see a drone here in the corner. Lots of worker bees. Let's see what's on this side. Don't see the queen yet, but I do see some more bee bread down in this corner right here. There's some bee bread. Smoker over here. This frame a little light. There's more brood. Cat brood, some larvae. No foundation in this wax. So there's lots of bee bread in the corner here. Lots of bee bread there, and some more cap brood. A lot of emergent brood in the center there. But I'm looking for eggs. And the eggs are little tiny, shaped like a grain of rice. Eggs that the queen's going to lay in the back of the cell. Stuck to the bottom. So there must be some pretty good burr comb going on. Oh, there it is. So it looks like there's some burr comb between these two frames. I don't want to squish a queen. Let's see what I can do. Now they've cross-combed two frames together. So let's see what we can do. looking for the queen. She's going to be a lot longer than the rest of the bees. Her wings are only going to come halfway down her thorax. Oh, there's some beautiful honey on that side. There's another drone. Another drone on the very bottom here. Right there's a big drone. Don't see the queen yet. Let's see if we've got eggs over here. Lots of bee bread and nectar. And I'm going to think the queen may be on those two frames that are cross-combed together. I'm going to set that there. See if we can get you two out. Before you get excited, a little puff of smoke here. Now these two frames are stuck together. See, they're cross-combed. Okay. Well, they've cross-combed these two frames together. See if we can find the queen. Have some eggs. In the back of the cell, let's see. Wondering maybe where it's drones, queens, not there. Oh, we might have eggs here. So in this bottom corner, there is possibly, if I can turn it easily, no eggs. No eggs there. I see pollen on bees. I don't see any queen. There's the sun. You see young larvae. Normally should be trudging right along the corner here. Let's go back. Sometimes we don't see her right away, so do a double check here. Lots of bee bread, lots of honey. Definitely not good. She's not in that clump. Drones and workers. No queen. No eggs. Shake those drones down. The queen is hiding. We have not seen any eggs. We do have some larvae. She goes back in here. Smoky smoke. Excluder back on. Don't want to squish any girls. Very careful we don't squish anybody. Put the sealer back on. Slide that over. There you go. And go back inside. Put the lid back on. And we didn't see the queen and we didn't see any eggs, but we saw lots of young larvae. So I'll have to come back in here and take a look later.